Hi there, ho there. How many people do we have playing today? Excellent, alrighty. Player one, talk to me. What's your name? Okay, player two, we're all waiting with bated breath. Now, give me a name.
45
okay,
seconds.
now, player three, show us what you learned. Oh, yeah, hey, I also need to know if you want a 7-question game. Thank you very
30
much.
seconds.
Player one, you want to buzz in on the letter Q. That's Q as in quick. Hand me that tree. Player two, you have the letter B as in bail, man. Just bail. Player three, you're the letter P. That's P as in pulpy.
20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds. Okay, listen up. People screw this up all the time, but it's really, really simple. You're going to get a bunch of questions. If you think you know the answer, buzz in. Then type a 1, 2, 3, or 4, whichever answer choice suits you. Or just type in the answer if it's a fill in the blank, all right? Okay, have fun now.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey there, welcome to each one of you three. Listen, what you gonna do after the game? You got plans? Because I'm probably just gonna...
Cookie, hon, remember what the producer said about fraternizing with the contestants, okay?
Okie dokie. Now let's begin the service. All right, let's get going by passing out the hardware. Okay, screws and how to use them. If you want to force your neighbor to answer a question that you know they don't know, buzz in and slap that S key. That's how you screw. At least that's what I've been told. All right, let's do it. Player three, you make the call. Well, what do we have here? Places to go, dresses to wear. This one can net you $1,000. Hey, I'm sure you've noticed John Lithgow's penchant for wearing women's clothing. He did it in the world according to Garp, Raising Cain, and even on Third Rock. Well, if the show Third Rock from the Sun were actually called Sixth Rock from the Sun, which of these scenes might you see? John Lithgow and drag on Jupiter, John Lithgow and drag on Saturn, John Lithgow and drag on Mars, or John Lithgow and drag on Uranus? Player two, it's yours. The sixth planet from the sun is Saturn. I'll bet Mr. Lithgow could find plenty of lovely accessories there too, especially rings. Category time. Player two, it's your call. Shake hands with Tricky Dick's favorite haunts. $2,000 for a correct answer. Hey, did you ever see The Shining, that movie about the haunted hotel where that freaky little kid can't stop saying, "Red rum, red rum"? If the family from The Shining become caretakers at the Watergate Hotel, what will the freaky little kid be saying?
E-roll grub, e-reverb, e-reverb, noiting-izer, noiting-izer.
Or,
Noitan-assassin, noitan-assassin.
Player one, hit it. Little Danny said red rum because of the Overlook murders, and he'd say Iralgra because of the Watergate burglary. You know, if you ask me, the whole Watergate thing would have been more fun if Scatman Crothers had a cameo. Player one, it's up to you. What's next? The category? At least it's not Pink Lady and Jeff. $3,000 for this one. Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. If you want to see Tony, Orlando, and Dawn, you should knock 3 times on the ceiling. How should you knock if the answer is no? Twice on the pipe, 3 times on the floor, 4 times on the ceiling, or 5 times on the bed? Player one. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. But not that pipe. Player one, ante up. For your enjoyment, the dog father of our country. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. You know, if there's any life lesson I've learned from Snoop Doggy Dogg, it's to keep your money on your mind, even in times of trouble. For example, which U.S. bill has the U.S. Treasury building on the back? $5 bill, $10 bill, $20 bill, or $100 bill? All yours, player. Oh, player one, who's getting screwed? All right, player two, you're getting screwed. Screw back. U.S. Treasury on the $100 bill? Well, gee, I don't know. I guess I'll have to check. Oh, I'll just take some of yours. Player one, player three, do something. You're screwed, player one. Give me an answer. On the $10 bill, the one with Alexander Hamilton? Yeah! And if you frantically went digging into your pocket to look at your money, shame on you. Your dog father and I are very disappointed. Guess what, player three? You're the one who's screwed. Let's have a category, player one. Now serving. What a maroon. $1,000 at stake on this one. Put it in gear, cause here we go. Say Bugs Bunny is traveling from the Warner Brothers studios in LA, and when he gets to Albuquerque, he takes that left turn he's always talking about. Where will he most likely end up? Mexico City, Mexico, New Orleans, Louisiana, Waco, Texas, or Pueblo, Colorado? Take a shot, player two. Pueblo, Colorado is the only city listed here that's north of Albuquerque, which is the direction Bugs would be headed if he made his famous left turn. Not that it makes a difference. He'll still pop up in the Sahara Desert with Elmer Fudd hot on his tail. What is it with those two? Player two, give me something. This category's known as Put 'em Together. You can't resist. I'm giving out $3,000 for a right answer. Hey, remember the McDLT sandwich from McDonald's? When the two sides of a McDLT are put together, the hot side heats up the lettuce and tomato, but the cool side does nothing to the burger. What scientific principle is demonstrated? The kinetic theory of gases, the second law of thermodynamics, the photovoltaic effect, or Boyle's law? Player two, who do you want to screw? Player one, you've just been screwed. Let's see what you've got. The second law of thermodynamics says that with two bodies of differing temperature, heat will flow from the warmer body to the cooler one. The third law of thermodynamics says something about grease soaking through the bottom of the bag. Guess what, player two? You're the one who's screwed. Player one, your choice. What are we doing?
My dog's won. But to you and me, that's...
This one likes to go by, why, General, you devil. How does $2,000 sound? All right, remember how General Colin Powell had all those people trying to get him to run for president? Yeah, well, what do we really know about this guy? If Colin Powell shows up at a big political function in mufti, how might the next day's headlines read? Gulf Commander can't decide. Retired soldier supports fur farming. Former general out of uniform. Or, old Joint Chief of Staff smokes joint. Up to you, player three. When a military man is in civilian clothes, he's said to be in mufti. Just as long as when Colin's in mufti, he's not in a moo-moo. You know, I hate it when generals aren't body conscious. Your call, player three. Excellent choice, player three. Warm up your fingers while players 1 and 2 get out of the way, because it's your turn to play Dis or Dat. This Dis or Dat's category name is electric undergarments. Okay, I'm going to read off 7 sizes, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's an alkaline battery size, a bra size, or both. If it's a battery size, press 1. If it's a bra size, press 2. If it's both, press 3. And to skip, press 4. I'll add 500 to your score for a right answer, and you lose 500 for a wrong answer or one you don't get to. Okay, give me 30 seconds on the clock. And we're off. A, battery size, bra size, or both? Double A. Triple A. B. C. D. Last one, double D. That's all she wrote. You missed one, but you hit on 6. Nothing to feel bad about. Let's look at your new total. Hey, that's something. Let's keep going. Player 1, tell me what's happening. Well, looks like this category is Kenny Rogers never gambled like this. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Heads up, here it comes. Suppose you're playing poker and you slip the guy next to you a couple of ace inhibitors. What will most likely happen to him? He'll suddenly give you all his chips, he won't urinate if he gets a good hand, his blood pressure will lower as he deals, or he won't be able to see your cards. Player 2, it's yours.
Come on, just one more queen. Yes!
Player 1, player 3, who's gonna grab it? Player 3, make it happen. ACE inhibitors are drugs which control hypertension.
Well, looky here. I got me a royal flush, and I'm gonna win me this hand. I surely am. Oh, my heart!
Player 3, tell me what's on your mind.
1, 2.
Say hello to Urban Camouflage is a fashion don't. This one's worth $1,000. Okay, the Constitution defends your right to bear arms, right? Oh, what machismo. Which of these clothing styles would ensure your right to bear arms? A kaftan, a camisole, a kimono, or a union suit? Up to you, player 3. A camisole is a sleeveless undergarment. But if you're really serious about your right to bear arms, try a tank top. Okay, we're halfway home. Let's see how round 2 treats you. All right, each of you gets a screw. Let me grab those for you. No, wait, that's a tire iron. Okay, here we go. Now remember, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. Player 3, give me some category. May I introduce, I've got 3 balls. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. Now listen up, cuz we're gonna play in some celebrity trash. Buzz in and tell me whose trash we're into. All right, let's see. There's an old wooden tennis racket, a bunch of Wimbledon titles, a 1973 parking ticket stub from the Astrodome, and a runner-up's trophy from the Battle of the Sexes. Whose trash is this? Player 1, hit it. Bobby Riggs. He came out of retirement to show that a middle-aged man could beat the world's best female tennis player. One problem, he forgot to win. Okay, so Riggs lost to Billie Jean King. He was old. Now, I, on the other hand...
Hey, Cookie.
Okay, let's go on to the next question. Player 1, give me a category. Open wide and get ready for, is that a harp or are you just happy to see me? Hello, we're talking $6,000, so pay attention. Sure, it's nice to be touched by an angel, but suppose you're inappropriately touched by an angel in a business situation. Because he's considered the leader of the angels, to whom should you make a report of the incident? Uriel, Michael, Daniel, or Gabriel? Player 1, who you want to screw? Player 3, don't take that. Give us an answer. The Archangel Michael heads up the whole angel establishment, so he gets the report.
It says here you, incited the situation by praying.
Well, I was praying, yes, but...
And you were wearing a nightgown at the time?
I was in bed, and
In bed? I don't believe this!
Hey, player one, looks like you're the one who's screwed. It's all about you, player three. Which one do you want? This one's called Licensed to Be Ill. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Because the World Health Organization has declared the world free of this disease, what should you definitely not say when you call in sick to work next Monday? This scarlet fever is a real bitch. I came down with pneumonia last night. Won't be in today due to smallpox. Or, I've got a wicked case of chicken pox. Player three, make it happen. The World Health Organization declared in 1980 that the world is free of smallpox. That's right about the time they declared the world free of disco, too, and they weren't right about that, were they? Player three, what looks good to you? Here we have Baby's Got Beans. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. Think fast. Which of these is not one of the official Beanie Babies? Weenie, Nuts, Puffer, or Ballsy? Player three, who would you like to screw today? Gotta answer it, player one. As of now, Ballsy is not one of the official Beanie Babies. Ballsy is just some sort of a cheap, sleazy ripoff of a quality bean-filled piece of fake fur. Oh, player three, did you lose something? Well, it's being returned. Player one, hit me with the category.
Check out my new shouting calculator. 3 times 5 equals...
15! Coming at you, the really important questions. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Hey, why waste your time worrying about the meaning of life? There's bigger issues out there. According to USA Today, what color is life? Green, red, purple, or yellow? Player two, grab it. The life section of USA Today has a purple heading. And according to the section, the meaning of life is all about TV listings and condo timeshares. I wonder what player two's gonna pick. Uh-oh, Elmer Fudd Dime Store.
It's time for a triple SMS fun.
One gibberish category coming up. Mom was just a simple shepherd's wife. And $10,000 right out of the gate for this one. Okay, you're gonna have about 30 seconds to solve this, but every second and a half, I'm taking away some money. All right, tell me what famous biblical question this rhymes with. Got it? Ham, rye, try mother sheep's... Player two, it's in your court. Type in... You know, of course, if I'd been Cain, people to this very day would be quoting the familiar reply, "Well, you're God, aren't you? Why don't you go find him your own omniscient self?" Your turn, player two. What's it gonna be? The selection is Homer, Sweet Homer. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Hey, do you remember that the first home video game system was called the Odyssey? Well, if the first home video game were actually based on the epic poem The Odyssey, what would be the object of the game? To get Odysseus home, to take over Greece, to conquer the Trojans, or to build a giant wooden horse? Up to you, player three. The Odyssey recounts Odysseus' adventurous voyage home. Of course, with the technology available back then, it would probably be a hyped-up version of Pong.
Bounce Odysseus between Troy and Greece until you win.
Player Player 3, time to make a decision. And this one is, this question's censored for your protection, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. You know what? I'm not gonna do this question. I've got something to say here. You know,
Cookie, read the question.
no, I want to tell him.
Shut up, Cookie.
But I have a right to say...
Cookie!
All right. Which constitutional amendment has Schmitty just denied me? First, second, third, or eighth? Take a shot, Player 2. First Amendment, freedom of speech, press, religion, and all that malarkey.
I love you, Cookie.
Don't say that.
Why not? The Constitution says I can. I love Cookie.
Man, I can't wait till this is yours. Your pick, Player 2. How about it? This little number's known as, do you have the receipts for all this crap? How does $4,000 grab you? Flex those fingers, because here it comes. If your true love really gave you all the presents cited in the song The 12 Days of Christmas, what would you receive on the 12th day? 10 birds, 12 monkeys, 34 people, 5 rings, 18 birds, 7 fish, 28 people, 5 rings, 23 birds, 50 people, 1 tree, 5 rings, or 42 birds, 16 people, 9 trees, 5 rings. Player 2, it's in the 12 days of Christmas, your true love gives 79 gifts on the 12th day, if you count the partridge and the pear tree. So that's 12 days of Christmas, a total of 376 gifts, and one very unusual backyard sale this spring. Player 2, take your pick. The category is no taxation without perspiration. One right answer and $6,000 head your way. Let's rock. Because its state does not have a sales tax, which of the following souvenir t-shirts should be the cheapest? Home Sweet Oklahoma, Having a Care in Delaware, I Got Lucky in Kentucky, or I Was a Virgin in Old Virginia. Player 2, grab it. The fine state of Delaware does not have a sales tax. I mean, they really want a sales tax, but come on, you have to have something to drag the tourists in, right? Doesn't really explain the Dakotas, but whatever. You have the honors, Player 2. Time for the attack. When you see 2 words that match, hit your buzzer. You get it right, you get $2,000 in the bank. Get it wrong, I'm making a withdrawal of $2,000. Just one more thing to remember.
Remember the clue.
The 2 words that match have to fit this clue. How do you rank? Well, what a coincidence. You're about to find that out. Good luck.
You're huge! I want to touch you! But let's hear your final score! It's player 2!
Player 2, you should be extremely proud of your victory, because I'm afraid that's all you got going for yourself. Be proud of this, too.
You don't know Jack!
Y'all three made it to the high scoreboard, but you know what? It just really doesn't mean a whole lot. We're not really giving you money, and you can't apply it towards college credit. If you want to play again, though, let me know.
But it's an 84 dime.